Caribbean island of Cuba is once again appealing to the international community to end the 6-decade-long economic blockade imposed by the United States of America. This week, Cuba will present its case before the United Nations General Assembly, seeking renewed support for the lifting of the unilateral embargo that has crippled nearly every aspect of the island economy. Speaking in Windhoek yesterday, Sergio Vigoa de la Uz condemned the blockade.
There was a memorandum uh, uh, written by the Subsecretary of State of the United States, and this is, I think, is the genesis of a blockade, because it says the majority of Cubans support Castro. Castro is to be the president of Cuba for more than 30 years. The only forcible way to detract from his domestic support is through disassentment and dissatisfaction, erasing from economy malaise and material hardship. Every possible means must be quickly employed to weaken the economic life of Cuba. A course of action which, being as skillful and discreet as possible, today is not as discreet, will make the greatest progress in depriving Cuba of money and supplies in order to reduce its financial resources and real wages, to bring about hunger, despair, and overthrow of the government. This is the main important thing for the blockade. This is the objective, the political objectives of the blockade since 1960.
The blockade deprives Cuban citizens of critical goods and services ranging from food and medicine to public transport and renewable energy. This year, the U.S. administration under President Donald Trump has intensified the restrictions, tightening Cuba's access to foreign markets and financial institutions in what Cuban officials described as an effort to strangle the economy to death. The Cuban government has translated the cost of the blockade into stark, everyday comparisons that highlight its social toll.
And today, we are just in 9 months, we have more than 24 new sanctions against Cuba by this new administration. Well, there's some figures about the blockade. Sometimes it's very difficult to repeat those numbers. For me, it's almost impossible to repeat it because, as you must see, this is only from March 2024 to February 2025. The damage is estimated is around $7,000 million. For one economy like a Cuban economy is a very small economy. We are an island, small island. Imagine what it means for this kind of economy. After 63 years, because it's not for 1 year, you have been accumulated problems, damages during the last 63 years. It represents, it's more or less figures that we usually do. I mean, per month, per day, and per hour, how it costs for the Cuban economy. Did you have it there? And of course, the cumulative during the 63 years of blockade is the amount. I cannot repeat it because it's two trillions in America way, 2 trillions. Imagine. And it's some data that said that if the blockade is not going through, the GDP of Cuba's economy will be growing around 92% in 2024. Imagine what can it be? Well, this is a picture of the king. And what's the maximum pressure doctrine for Trump administration? The first one, and then this one. This is some milestone of the administration, but when you put this in figures, it's a lot of damage that the Trump administration have already cost for the Cuban economy and the citizens of Cuba. but there is a lot of them. Reinstatement Cuba on the list of state allegedly sponsor of terrorists.
As Cuba once again takes its fight to the United Nations, the island hopes that the growing chorus of international voices will finally help end one of the world's longest running economic embargoes.
The president of Namibia, during the statement, she said, well, it's in Spanish, but it can be understandable. We asked for the end of the embargo. It's in English, many people use it embargo. It's illegal embargo, economic, financial, and commercial, that have been imposed so many times against the friendly people of Cuba. And also we asked to eliminate Cuba from the list of states sponsor of terrorism. It was during the statement of the president of Namibia. More than 43 head of delegation complaints against the blockade, and 19 calls for the eliminate Cuba on this Scottish list of state sponsor of terrorism.
Reporting for New Era, I am Piñas Piñas.